First thing we're going to look at is compass directions. So starting from north we have east, south and west. Each of these angles in between north and east and south, south and west and north is 90 degrees. So east is 090, south is 180 and west is 270. Going in between them we have northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest. Now the angle in between here is half of 90, so it's 45. So the angles for them are 045, 135, 225 and 315. In this question we are measuring the bearing of y from x. So we're starting from x, we're measuring from our north line and we're going round in this direction. So it's the larger angle that we want to measure. So two ways we can do this. We can either extend our north line here and measure this little angle in here and then add it on to 180, or we can measure this angle here and take it away from 360. So two ways to do it. Either measure this one and add it to 180, or this one and take it away from 360. You would do each of these in the exact same way. So for these questions we are calculating the bearing this time, we're not measuring it. So we need to remember our angle facts. We're given a clue here. This angle here is 100 degrees. Couple of ways we can do this. Angles in a straight line add up to 180, which would give me this one in here as being 80 degrees. And then remembering the interior angles of parallel lines, because remember your north lines are parallel to each other, so the interior angles of a parallel lines add up to 180. So this one here would be 100 degrees. The other way you can think of it is you have got a Z angle there. So in Z angles, this angle is equal to this angle. So a couple of ways to do that one. So this one is J from K. So there's K, that's where you're starting from. You're going to J. So this is the angle here. That's the bearing we need, 100 degrees. For this one, we've got the bearing of H from F. So we're starting from F and we are going to H. So there's your F, there's your north line. This is the angle here that we're looking for. If you look at this, you've got two north lines, parallel lines, line going between them. It's creating an F angle. So with F angles, this angle is equal to this angle. So the bearing of H from F is 34 degrees. But remember, it's the bearing we're looking for, so it's 034, not just 34. So this one, we are looking for the bearing of D from C. So there's our starting point, north line. We are coming round and this is the angle that we're going to measure. Again, if we remember that our north lines are parallel, we have an angle here, so we have a matching angle here because it creates a Z angle. There's your Z angle. So that angle there is the same size as this one here. So if we know that this one's 122, angles around a point add up to 360. We take 122 away from 360 to get our bearing. So our angle this time, or rather our bearing this time, is 238 degrees. So this one, we're looking for our bearing of R from S. So we're starting from S, going to R, going a clockwise direction. So this is the angle here that I want to calculate. So again, looking at it, we have the two parallel lines, the north lines, and we have an F angle. So that means that this angle here is the same as this one here. So angles around a point add up to 360. So we're going to do 360, take away 49 is going to give us this one here. So 360, take away 49, we have a bearing of 311 degrees. So moving on to some more fun ones. This time I want the bearing of Z from Y. So we're starting at Y, north line, and coming round, that's the angle we're looking for. So information we're given in the drawing, these lines here mean that all the lines in the triangle are the same length. If all the lines are the same length, all the sides are the same length, it also means that all the angles are the same size. It's an equilateral triangle. Angles in an equilateral triangle are always 60 degrees. So how does that help us? Well, we've got another clue here. This angle here is 90 degrees. We know this one's 60, so this wee one in here needs to be 30. Again, thinking back to our angle facts, parallel lines, interior angles, add up to 180 degrees. So if this one's 30, this one needs to be 150. So the bearing of Z from Y, this one here, is 150. So clues that we've got in our drawing this time. We have two sides that are the same length. This makes this an isosceles triangle, which means we also have two angles that are equal. This one here and this one here. So we're told that this is a right angle. We know this bit here is 69. So 90 take away 69, making this angle here 21 degrees. Now again, parallel lines, inside angles of parallel lines add up to 180. So to find our bearing here, we're going to do 180 take away 21. So my bearing of C from B, this angle here, is 159. So what do we know that can help us with this one? We have two angles inside the triangle. Angles in a triangle add up to 180. So this will give us this angle here. We add 42 and 77 and take that answer away from 180. So 42 plus 77 is 119. 180, take away 119 is 61. So our angle in here is 61 degrees. Now again, we have a right angle here with a north line. So that lets us work out this one here. So 90 take away 61 gives us our angle in here. So 90 take away 61 is 29. Again, parallel lines, inside angles, add up to 180. So 180 take away 29 is equal to 151. So the bearing of R from Q is 151. So we want two bearings from this drawing. The first one of F from E. So we're starting at E, and we're coming round and we're going to F. So that is the angle there that we need to calculate. So what information have we got in our diagram? We know this one, that's 88 degrees. So we can find out this one, we add the two together and we get the total angle. So how can I get this angle here? Well, I have this one here. We have parallel lines. We know that interior angles of parallel lines add up to 180. So if this one's 64, I take 64 away from 180, and I'm going to get this angle here. So this angle here is 116. Add it together with 88 to get the total angle here, and that gets us our bearing of F from E. So our bearing is 204 degrees. Next we're looking for the bearing of G from F. So this is my starting point. We are coming round, and that is the angle we are looking for. So what do I need to find? I know this one's 51. So this wee one in here I need to calculate and then add it on to 51 to get this angle here. So how can I find this one? Well, we already know this one here. We've just worked it out. It's 204. Angles around a point add up to 360. So that means I can calculate this one here. So this angle in here is 156 degrees. Parallel lines, interior angles, add up to 180. So if we do 156, take it away from 180, we're going to get this angle in here. So my angle in here is 24 degrees. So if we add these two on, 24 plus 51, we're going to get our bearing that we need here. So if we add 24 and 51, we get our bearing of 075 degrees. Remember your 0 because it's less than 100 degrees and we need a 3-figure one. Now looking at scale factor. Scale factor is the new over the old. So that's where you're starting from, that's where you're going to. So looking at this one, there's our starting point. That's the one we're ending up in. So that's my new, and that's my old. Two sides we've been given. That one's going to go on top, and that one's going to go in the bottom. So we have 9 over 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So our scale factor from going from there to there is 3. Again, we're going from, this is our old one, this is our starting point. This is the one we're going to, it's our new one. So we have new over old. So 2 over 14, which is going to simplify to 1 over 7. So our scale factor for this one is 1/7, 1 over 7. Again, new over old. This is our starting point, our old one. We're going to the new one. There's our lengths, 30 and 5. So it's going to be 30 over 5. So 30 over 5, 30 divided by 5, is equal to 6. So my scale factor, this one, is 6. Okay, starting here, it's my old one. This is my new one. There's my new length. There's my old length. So new over old, my scale factor this time is 3/4. So again, there's my starting point, my old one. There's my new one. There's my new length. There's my old length. So we have 20 over 45. This can be simplified to 4 over 9. So we need to find this side. First thing we want to do is find our scale factor. So that's the shape we're starting from. That's our old one. There's our new one. Here's the corresponding sides that we're going to use to get our scale factor. So new over old, 12 over 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So my scale factor is 3.